got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one, you know.
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women that I apologize, but I apologize in those relationships at the time I was in the relationships.
Have you broken any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not.
The 6-part series interviewed 50 people, family members, your former tour manager, numerous women who all claim that you abused them.
Yeah.
Were you saying everybody in that documentary was not telling the truth about you? Everybody?
You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me, R. Kelly did this to me, and if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing. I have been buried alive, but I'm alive. 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding...
That's stupid, guys.
I didn't...
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not true. This doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out. Robert, and they're ending up buried in debt.
Robert, we have to have a conversation. Really, I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
I came here for them to hear me talk. But I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart.
My next guest is a very talented young man. He probably best remembered as Michael J. Fox's father in a film called Back to the Future. He is now starring in a motion picture called River's Edge. Folks, please welcome Crispin Glover. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm really good.
Things going all right this summer? For a time you lived in Hollywood? You lived on Hollywood Boulevard?
In Hollywood Boulevard.
On Hollywood Boulevard?
No.
Had an apartment overlooking Hollywood Boulevard? Had a big high building you lived in? Big tower on Hollywood?
No, because I've been in movies that are big, and I'm a movie star, so I've been on talk shows on the Johnny Carson show, and now I'm here, and I've been all across the United States, and I feel really good about it. So.
I notice you have something there in the case.
The press says things about you in the paper. This is a paper, the LA Weekly in Los Angeles, and they said about me la-di-da. I don't have these.
You seem to be distraught.
They don't.
You seem to be distraught.
People try to make me sound a lot weird, and I'm strong, you know. I'm strong. I can arm wrestle. Do you want to arm wrestle? No. I've been taking, I've taken part. These aren't mine. I can kick.
Okay. I'll be back. Welcome back to the show. We're running a little short of time tonight. I would have loved to chatted more with Crispin Glover, but I understand he had a cab to catch, and well.
Hi there, and welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, Andy Kaufman is here, sort of, and Jerry Lawler is also here, and there's some nights I wish Tom were here, but that's not the case.
You are full of bullshit, my friend. I will sue you for everything you have. I will sue your ass. You're a motherfucking asshole. As far as I'm concerned, you hear me? A fucking asshole. asshole! Fuck you! I will get you for this! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you're a fucking asshole! A fucking asshole! A fucking asshole!
Ever. Before I was a Scientologist, I never agreed with psychiatry. And then when I started studying the history of psychiatry, I started realizing more and more why I didn't agree with psychiatry. And I want to see her do well. And I know that psychiatry is a pseudoscience. And psychiatric abuses of electric shocking people, okay, against their will, of drugging children with them not knowing the effects of these drugs. Do you know what Adderall is? Do you know Ritalin? Do you know now that Ritalin is a street drug? Well, you don't know the history of psychiatry. I do. Aren't there examples, and might not Brooke Shields be an example of someone who benefited from one of those drugs? All it does is mask the problem, Matt. And if you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. That's what it does. It mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that that isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. That's an alteration of what I'm saying. I'm saying that drugs aren't the answer. That these drugs are very dangerous. They're mind-altering, psychotic drugs. And there are ways of doing it without that so that we don't end up in a brave new world. Work for them? No. No, I'm not. Well, if antidepressants work for Brooke Shields, why isn't that okay? I disagree with it. Matt, you're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is. If you start talking about chemical imbalance, you have to evaluate and read the research papers on how they came up with these theories, Matt. Okay? That's what I've done. Now, you should be a little bit more responsible in knowing
I'm
really...
not prescribing Ritalin, Tom, and I'm not asking anyone else to do it.
Well,
I'm
you are.
simply
You're
saying,
no,
I know some people who seem to have been helped by it.
But you're saying, this is a very important issue.
In their individual case, it worked. I am not going to go out and say, get your kids on Ritalin, it's the cure-all and the end-all.
Matt, but here's the point. What is an ideal scene in life? Okay? Ideal scene is someone not having to take antipsychotic drugs. Absolutely, of course. You know,
how do you go about that?
You just communicate about it. And the important thing is, like, you and I talk about it, whether it's... Look, if I want to know something, I go and find out. Because I don't talk about things that I don't understand. I'll say, you know what? I'm not so sure about that. I'll go find more information about it so I can come to an opinion based on the information that I have.
He's in the building! Was that? Yes, yes! What has happened to you? Really?
Really?
Something happened. Oh, what are you doing, I've never seen you like that. I've never seen that. I know. We've never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you felt this way before? 17 magazine. Yes. He's gone.
I am.
Okay.
This is something I have to discuss with her personally, but you know.
That's why you're here? That's why you're here? Of course I'm going to do that. I'm going to do
How
that.
long? Okay, so what was the question again?
We're talking about War of the Worlds. I know.
I give it one of these. I give it.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what it's like with Stephen and I, you know?
Yeah.
Sensible gun law. They have been against every sensible gun law until yesterday, including trigger locks, so that children, which there are 500 a year that die,
The NRA
don't
isn't
get killed.
against. I'm not a spokesman for the NRA. In fact, all I can tell you is
Register cars. Why shouldn't we register guns so that when a crime is committed, we can trace who has owned it?
you know, I understand how you feel. Prevent that awful tragedy in Littleton. What
Well-
I see in the work I've done with kids is a troubling direction in our culture, and where I see consensus, which is what I think we ought to concentrate on, that could kill a lot of people, and they didn't do it. The question we ought to be asking is, look, suicide is a tragedy, and it's a horrible thing, but 30 or 40 years ago, particularly men and even young men, when they were suicidal, they went and unfortunately blew their brains out. It's a rage, and it's just as suicidal, but they take 20 people with them. There's something changed in our culture. That's not a simple...
But you can't say that guns don't bear a responsibility. If the makers of the Tech-9 assault rifle, why would the NRA be against assault rifles? We agree. Assault rifles are not good.
I can't speak for the NRA.
But you are their spokesperson, Tom, so you have to be responsible for what they say.
I'm not a spokesperson.
But if you put your name out and say, I, Tom
don't put words
Selleck...
in my mouth. I'm not a spokesperson. Remember how calm you said you'd be... Now you're questioning my humanity.
No, not your humanity. I think you're a very humane man.
Okay,
I'm saying that if you say... All right. You can't
Really?
say that. Do you think you can?
Look, there's... Well, let me
Tom,
finish
I don't think you cared less, nor do I think the men in the NRA cared less. I simply
women
said,
too,
and the
please.
women, I simply said, why can there not be a compromise on the
There
issue?
is a compromise.
What?
There's a compromise in enforcing laws. There's a compromise in not allowing kids with guns in school. Not with people in the NRA.
Okay, well, you're saying I hang out with people with my views. I'm just saying.
I said people tend
We
to
all
hang out
tend to. The NRA does, and the un-NRA does.
You know, this is a nice one-sided conversation, but you keep interrupting me. Remember how civil you said we were going to be?
I let you talk for 4 minutes without saying one thing. How to scream fire in a crowded movie theater because it threatens the safety of other people. Assault weapons threaten the safety of other people. There's no reason, in my opinion, to have them. You want to have a hunting rifle? Great. You want to have a handgun? This is the problem. Here's what happens. The people with opposing views, there is no compromise because you feel attacked, I feel attacked. You feel misunderstood.
I haven't attacked you.
But mine comes in the form of attacking because...
I haven't mentioned assault weapons once. I haven't mentioned a lot of things once. I just, the nature of this debate isn't...
I'm sorry for that. All right, obviously it didn't do much good. But The Love Letter is a great movie with Kate Capshaw, Tom and Ellen DeGeneres. That is the reason you're here, and I thank you for coming to talk about it. It opens on Friday. Tom Selleck will be right back.